folks, and welcome in this week's vlog. Another absolutely stunning day that Hebe is going today. So I don't have an awful lot of time at the allotment. It's actually mid-afternoon already. At the community garden this morning we were doing a sunflower challenge, and we've been giving away 100 kits with the pods, some seeds, and some compost, and yeah, just giving them away for children to grow their own sunflowers and see who can grow the best. So yeah, that kept me busy all morning, and I was generally just coming to drop off the, so I've got the 4 roses there, and I had 3 left, which I was keeping for Tony, and then the sweet peas and whatever was left of the lettuce. So I was generally just coming to drop this off because I wasn't supposed to be nice, hence the jumper, which I'm probably gonna have to lose very soon because it's hot actually in the sun. But when I got here, I was just too nice not to do anything. I've got the ton bags here. As you can see, I've got the shears and the loppers. Those ones are ratchet loppers. They're really good. You'll be able to see when I'm doing this stuff, but they are quite handy for bigger branches. I could have been using a chainsaw or like a pruning saw or something like that. But yeah, the pruning saw, I usually have the pruning saw with me, but it's in the greenhouse just now. And the chainsaw, I think it's, although it's an electric one, it's still, I think it's a bit noisy for an allotment, and I don't know. I mean, people come here to have some peace, and I mean, don't get me wrong, I do appreciate that it's needed sometimes, and I do use the rotavator and so on when it's needed, and but if I can avoid it, I kind of want to avoid it. If I get a chance, I need to check. I should have my secateurs with me. I've got some there, so that's absolutely fine. I'll probably trim as well the I'm losing my words today, guys, sorry. The raspberries, I'll probably trim them a bit as well. I know a couple of people were interested in knowing how I'm going to get rid of this one. So I'm going to cut back, tell the camera because you're in the sun. I'm going to cut back all the branches to the base, basically just now. And then I will try to dig out the roots. I'm not sure how easy it will be to dig out the root ball, so what I might have to do is just cut it below the level and just hope that it's going to rot away. So we'll see. That's 2 options we've got in here just now, but ideally I want to just pull it out. It's probably going to require quite a lot of digging, but we'll start by clearing out the plant and then we'll take it from there. So I had to take the fence away on that side, just pulled out of the ground, so it's not too bad. But this is not even the roots, this is the base of it, and this is the one, if I get a bit closer, so this is where I've been cutting all the way to here. This is the one that I've been cutting. Now the one that annoys me is this one. This is like the main branch, if you want. It's not even, I mean, there's root system just on the surface there, as you can see, all the roots laid in. But this is the one that's going to be a problem. I think I'm not going to have the choice. I'm going to have to get the chainsaw to get this. So you may have noticed, but I've also cleared the dead branches on the Hastilby, so it's still a lot of leaves to clear around, to clear the base a bit, but yeah, it's looking slightly better and slightly happier than that. It's got more space with the monster gun. Something else that I've done here is cut back the dead foliage on the raspberry. Well, there's still a few branches, the dead branches on the raspberries. Problem is the secateurs I've got here are not the sharpest, so it doesn't make a great cut. But yeah, that's this again, loads of leaves. So once this is all cleared, it's gonna start looking a lot better. Anyway, enough chit chat. I will do this off camera because picking up leaves and bagging them up is not the most interesting for you guys. I will go and get the rake, I will go and get the leaf blower, because why not, and I'll try to tidy a bit the place in here, and I'll show you what it looks like. One ton bag absolutely full to the brim, and it's not even all the leaves. So I've tidied this bit a bit, so looking a lot better. I've blown the leaves about here. I've done this side as well. Not so much in here because, well, I've tried there and poor daffodil is now done, as we say here. So yeah, it will be done later. But most of it is okay. Same thing a bit here, still some more to do. I've not done at all that bit there. That'll be future me's problem, and not so much in here because it's just a bit too difficult to get them properly. So I'll get all this once I'll pull them out. The path is also clear now all the way. I've cleared this bit, I've left it in there because why not? I need to clear this eventually. But I mean, keep in mind, this is nothing compared to what I had on my side. Okay, there we go. And look at this. All around, I hope you can see because I cannot see with the sun. Put myself in the shade, that's going to be a bit easier. All clear. All around. Plastic bags, just plastic flying all over the place. Just mental the amount of plastic in here. But yep, and obviously this is not mine, but all this is clear now, so looks a lot better. There's more that can be done. Obviously I've not done this side and ended up piling up some in here because, well, the ton bag is full, so piled some up in there. Overall, sure you will agree that it looks 1,000 times better. While I was doing that, I actually had a very interesting conversation with one of the plot neighbor, which I didn't realize but was the previous owner here. And I've asked a few questions about the plants in here, so he confirmed my idea that those azalea in there are dwarfs, so they're not going to get much bigger than that, which is great. That's kind of what I was hoping when I planted them further forward rather than at the back. And he said that I thought they were pink, but he's like, no, they're more like an orange. He said as well that the raspberries apparently are really nice, really sweet, so hopefully he's right, and that means that I'm sorted for raspberries. So I'll definitely pull out the new shoot there and pot them up to plant out next year. So if they are nice, if they are not, that's fine, I'll just discard them. But he said that they were really nice, so I'll trust him on that one. In terms of the strawberries, he mentioned, because I was asking, is there two types? And yes, there is two types, so let me show you. So right in here, roughly there, plus a couple that of, you know, runners that have been. This side should be like, he said that they're midsummer growers. This side, he said that they are American winter strawberries. Never heard of them. I was trying to look it up online, but generally if I put winter strawberries, I'll just find stuff about overwintering your, your strawberries. And if I put American strawberries, I end up on this like weird bush that grows strawberries. I don't know. Don't know exactly. Not bad. For a day that I wasn't planning to do anything, I'm happy with what I've done today. A ton bag full of leaves and obviously he be gone now. Right, so before heading home, I am going to take a dozen of the rhubarb sticks. You call them sticks? Stalks? Canes? I don't know, I can't remember actually. Anyway, I'm gonna take a dozen of them and make a wee crumble. Well, I can't quite pick them all up, but that's the rhubarb picked for today. So I'm just gonna pack things away and head home. Oh, I'm back again. It's miserable today, but not only that, just when I was walking in, it's just like, it's obviously I've got drainage issue, especially on like the fence side, so behind the camera there. It's neighbor's garden is all hardscape now, so obviously there's nowhere for the water to go but in my own garden. And yeah, obviously I need to sort out the front of the greenhouse because it's getting very spongy here, and I just walk in it in my sliders and I've got my socks on, and I've just walked in and I went whoop, right in the mud. There's days like that where you should be staying inside, nice and warm. It's actually cold today. So the plan today was to go to the allotment this afternoon. I was prepared to start knocking down that bit of wall, or you know, those bricks anyway. I also had the onions and the lettuce, which I absolutely wanted to plant in the ground. Obviously, change of plan. I wasn't supposed to rain until 5 o'clock today. It's currently 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and it's been raining all day. So the first thing that we need to do, I had promised it last week, and I will be true to my word. We have the leeks, which need to be transplanted. So I had done already 6 of those pots. Those ones have been in there for almost a week now, so they've picked up, well, actually a week. That was last Friday. So those ones have picked up quite nicely. They are really beefing up already straight away. So really happy with that. I need to do those ones now. So I will be doing that now. And then something else, I've done it again. I got myself some geraniums. Again, the same that for the lavender. I know that they're gonna be, you know, tiny wee stuff. So I've got 24, yes, of those tiny wee plugs of actually all tangled in each other. So I need to be careful. I'm pulling them out to show you. Oh, this one is not going to come out. Let me get this one. There we go. 24 wee plugs like this. Again, just as I mentioned for the lavender, those are definitely not for this year. They will need a lot longer. Now the thing is, lavender is fine. You've got them for years and years and years. Geraniums, I mean, I've done it because I think I've paid, I think that was £3 for the 24 of them there. So it's okay, you know. I'm not gonna manage to keep 24, but it's okay. But I'm doing it also because I know that I've got this greenhouse and I'm gonna have a really big greenhouse at the allotment as well. So I've got plenty of space to overwinter them. You can buy them if you're gonna leave them in the ground here anyway, in this part of the world. They'll just won't make it through the winter, so they need to be overwintered, just like the one at Tony's plot. The thing is, 24 plant, if I manage to plant, I don't even know if they will be in the ground this year. I think it's just going to be put it up and put it up and put it up, and then next year plant it out. But it's a lot to do if I'm just going to plant them in the ground next year, treat them as an annual, let them die, and then just start fresh the following year, if it makes sense. So I really want to save those ones. They're nothing exceptional. They're just, I think they're called Best Red, a bright red one. It's just going to work quite nicely with the display I've got on my plot. But they will need to be overwintered every year. And as I said, I'm fine with that because I've got technically access to 3 greenhouses, which makes it a lot easier. And I'm not really planning to do much over winter in the greenhouses anyway, so I might as well fill it up with some overwintered plant. But if you don't have that, don't even consider those ones. Lavender is one thing. Lavenders will just be in there for this year, and then they will be moved on to bigger pots, and they can stay outside or in the ground, and they will be able to stay outside all year round. The geraniums will need to be overwintered. So I'm sorry, this is going to be a very awkward angle to show you. Unfortunately, I still don't have the new GoPro. I'm going to just show you a couple, and then I'll put the camera up there and go for the usual time lapse. It's going to be a bit more enjoyable, I think. So I have pots like these ones in here, so they're slightly bigger than the one I've used for the tomatoes and for the strawberries. So I use those ones, and then it's just the normal potting mix, just the potting mix for those ones. Fill up, usual gentle tap. Don't need to press too much either. You need to give them a bit of room, but just press them a bit. And that's where it gets a bit awkward to show you. I'm going to move this. So I keep this wee tray. Obviously, I keep this tray just to put the roots. I'll show you in a minute. Pair of scissors and my wee brush or a pencil or something just to dig wee holes right in. That's literally all it is for, so whatever you're using. And those poor scissors, which are going very rusty and are struggling a bit, but scissors, this wee pot. So I'll put this up here so you can see a bit better. So the way I sew them is I make them in those trays like this. So you can see, the roots are popping out all over the place now at this point. So it's just a bit of a big mess full of roots. So the idea is to pull them out gently, and they tend to come out quite easily, just like that. They've got really strong roots, so they don't tend to snap very easily. You might lose one or two, but most of them will snap, come out just like that. So the reason I've got the tray and the scissors is I'm gonna cut it to about half to a third, just like that. Okay, this is all I'm keeping in roots. Take my pot, make a hole all the way to the bottom, quite large, as you can see, and then I gently put this in, making sure that I am not damaging the roots, pushing it down, and that's it. So I'll show you again. Pull one out gently. There you go. There's a few coming at the same time, but we can see they're all kind of tangled. But if you just gently and slowly pull them out, they will be coming out quite nicely. Roughly half, give or take. And that's the one. Make a hole. I don't need to put them quite too far apart. I'm literally just going for a centimeter or two apart. I'll show you one that was done. There you go. So as you can see, they are still quite close to each other, just like in that tray, but they get this extra space to grow on a bit more. So this is, you know, I can fit a finger between, but not really much more than that. So yeah, quite close to each other. It's absolutely fine. It doesn't need to be far apart as long as they get pushed down. The reason is, I'll show you, what's the next one. So, and I keep dropping, oh man, I keep dropping soil in my coffee. Sorry for the shaking. So this is it. I'm gonna cut the roots here. There we go. And as you can see, so you have your green part obviously, and it gets lighter and lighter until you get one that's pretty much just white right here. So this is the part that's buried underground, and this is what's gonna get nice and fat, and you want this to be as wide as possible. So when I will plant it back, I will plant it back to round about here. As you can see, it's here just now. So all this will then turn white again and give me, and then when I plant it in the final position, I will again plant it a bit deeper and bigger, make this white part bigger and bigger. So again, same thing. We will gently ease the roots down. Don't force them in the hole, just push them gently in. As you can see, it's now well under. So this is this one, and it's well under. See if I pull it back out, if you will be able to see properly. It's a bit very awkward, but it's pushed down to about here. So I'll put you back on time lapse and I'll crack on with those ones. Right, that's me done. I've managed to do another 2, 4, 5, so that's 11 pots. And just to show you, I'll take a good example, because I've actually, well, this is a perfect example. What I'm telling you, do not force them in, just gently ease them on. I forced this one in and it's actually bent. I think it's not broken, it doesn't look like it's broken, so it might recover. If it doesn't, that's fine. I've got plenty anyway. But yeah, this one, and that's the reason why you don't want to push too much and compact too much your soil before you plant in, because obviously you're going to make, you know, if it's just pencil size holes, that's going to push the soil all around, and time, whatever many there is in something like that, well, that's going to compact the whole lot anyway. So the first one will go like butter, but the last one will be a bit more difficult to push in. So don't force them in. If it doesn't go in, ease them in gently or make the hole a bit bigger. It doesn't matter. You make the hole a bit bigger, you add a bit of compost, that's absolutely fine. It needs to be quite loose. I'm not going to pull them out, but those ones, I could just pull them out. That's the one that have been done a week ago, and I can see the roots already showing underneath. Despite that, I could pull them out quite easily. So this is one put it up today, one put it up a week ago. So I'll try to hold them on next to each other, and as you can see, those ones are looking a bit wonky. This is what you should be expecting. Don't worry, they'll be absolutely fine. A week later, this is what they're looking like, nice and straight. Okay, so don't worry at all about this. They will recover. Some might not, like the one that potentially have broke, but they will recover. Just keep them nicely. I need to water them, but I'm out of water, so I'll do that off camera afterwards when I do everything else. Keep them nice and watered. A good soak from the top just to compact a bit around, but not overly compact, but a good soak from the top at first, and then afterwards bottom watering to encourage the root system to grow on. I suppose that if you do competition and that kind of stuff, then it's different, and don't follow my guide here, because that's not how you do it. To do them proper, nice, big, chunky, straight bits. This, I mean, the only show that they will go to is literally my freezer. So, it doesn't bother me if they're wonky at all. It doesn't bother me if they're not absolutely massive and nice and straight. It just doesn't bother me. So that is not what I'm going for here. 24 geraniums, we'll go for one of those. Works quite well. Will sit up there nicely with a water tray underneath. I will not be just the same than the lavender. Here will be exactly the same. I will put the watering tray underneath, but I will not put the cover on top because I don't need the propagator effect on them. That might actually cook them. So all I need really is something that will hold them until they grow a bit bigger. And I mean, I could potentially, again, I could save myself a step and then just put them all into pots, whatever size of pots, small ones or even a pot that size if I wanted to, it doesn't matter. They will grow to that size or to fill up the space mostly. And I could put 2 or 3 in a pot like that and just leave them to do their stuff, and then just when they're ready, just put them out. They don't need to be, well, they need to be moved out of those small, they need to be moved out of those tiny wee module, but they absolutely do not need to be transplanted several times. It's just about space saving in here. That's all. So again, careful when you pull them out. They are a bit tangled. Give them a wee squeeze. See, again, there you go. Give them a wee squeeze underneath. I'll show you with another one actually. So make sure that they're not tangled in each other. So this one is nice and free. Give it a wee squeeze and then gently ease it out. There you go, sorted. You've got your plug-in. And then it's just a case of, I'm going to use my finger here because I need slightly bigger. It's not far off finger size. So nice wee hole with the finger, push them in. There you go, sorted. Just like that. And I'm just going to put them all up into this, and then the next step, then I will put them up, because as I said, I don't think those ones will make it out this year. But I'm not going to bore you with this. Obviously it's very repetitive. I've done 12 of them already. I'll show you just now. So that's it, 12 of them. Put it in there. I'll do the other 12 and I'll see you after. So that's us for now. Tomorrow is definitely a big no-no day for gardening, unfortunately. I've got a full day at Murrayfield tomorrow. I'm going to watch some rugby, but not only watching some rugby, taking some pictures pitch side. I don't know. It's not boxing, definitely rugby. So I'm going, it's my first time. I'm a very amateur photographer. Quite enjoy that. And it's just, I have a friend who's a very keen sport photographer. And he just encouraged me to chance my luck to get a press accreditation for the Silver Saturday. And yeah, I got my accreditation. So tomorrow I'm going to Murrayfield. And I'm gonna be pitch side for taking pictures of the rugby all day. So Wish me luck that the weather is a bit better than today. It should be dry tomorrow. Cold but dry, so that's fine. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting day. Very first time for me. If you don't know about the Silver Saturday, just look it up online. It's actually quite a big event, and in Murrayfield, so really excited about it. This is pretty much done for this week, and you'll see me in a day or two, on 2 or 3 days more likely, to close the vlog for this week and just do a quick recap like we always do. So that's the end of the week. It's been, well, actually I was looking it up this morning, just to kind of work it out what I've been doing this week. So I've been doing so many different things that I couldn't quite remember exactly what I had been doing in the garden, and how to wrap up this video basically. So I had a quick look there, and well, to be fair, I've not done quite as much as I would have wanted to do. That being said, a lot still has been done. So it's not the best week, but it's still a really good week. So this week, obviously the leaves been picked up at the allotment. I was hoping to get a lot more done. I found the sledgehammer eventually. I spoke to the plot neighbor, and someone else had borrowed it, and instead of returning it to him, had returned it in the clubhouse. So I know where it is now. I've put it in a safe place, so today I'm going to be able to get access to it, although my back is still not 100%, so I will see what I can do. I do not want to injure myself either. You know, I'm keen to get the greenhouse sorted, but to be fair, this is the size of the tomatoes just now, so yes, I want the greenhouse done, but I don't need the greenhouse to shove stuff in right away. Anyway, folks, it's time for me to move on so I can get some stuff done before the rain comes in. Thank you very much for joining again this week. As usual, you know the drill. Thumb up if you like the video. Really helps the channel. Consider subscribing if you're not a subscriber yet. Make sure to take the bell as well to be informed when the next videos are coming. And I hope to see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.